Okay, guys, we just scrimmaged Westlake, and I'm just going to review the little bit of film that we have. Okay, so for starters, remember we are in base in all of our calls, and so it should make it easy. Okay, for starters, they're in 21 personnel, which means that we have two backs and a tight end. And so anytime that we're in 21 personnel, right here, we're in RIP, we should be in Liz, okay? Because there is a wide receiver off to the side. There is a wide receiver out here. And so we have more wide receivers to the left. And so we should be in Liz, okay? So that's the first thing. Anytime that we are in 21 personnel, we're just going to be in Liz. Okay, the second issue that I have with this. Okay. Well, actually, that's like the big one, right? Okay, so we should be in Liz, which means we should be in a sixer technique. Let's see, with a three tech here, the two I, and then the five. Let me just fix this real quick. Something a little bit different. Let's do that. Okay, trying to make this pointer a little bit better. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we should be in a sixer. Okay. Um, with a three tech here, a two I, and then a five tech. Okay. Um, that would put the back, you're probably just a little bit too wide. You want to be a little bit further in here. But so our whip, bow, you would have the D gap, C gap. We should have a B gap player here. That would leave the A gap for the mic. The two I would take this this A gap, and then we would have the fight tech out here. Okay. Um, Now, on this side, because the two I should be on this side, we would have a heavy call. So the five tech would actually be going into the B gap. And then that leaves our whip should be on this side. So our outside linebacker would have the C gap. Okay. So that's how we're gapped out. We should be in hammer. Okay. So lock hammer. So on the corners are lock, right? So they're just man to man. And then the safeties. Um, so the boundary safety over here will have any threat that goes vertical. The boundary safety over here is primarily will take this number two out and up, and then the safeties are just playing zone to the flats. Okay, all right. So let's see this play develop. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's start on the D line. Um, let's start with Kainoa here. I know this is a pretty decent job setting the edge here. Okay. Biggest thing though is you stand straight up. Okay, and then that leads to your footwork is a little sloppy because um, he's able to push you back a little bit before you're able to anchor. Okay, if you fire out, you might be able to hit him at the point of attack and stop it here. Okay, but either way, we're doing a good job. Beckham, you make a really good read here. I like it. And you're coming into your gap. That's great. Over here, Dez. Okay, Dez, couple of problems here. Okay. You're taking on, this is Uriah Polita. He played 2 years for me for FBU. He is clearly bigger than you. He probably outweighs you by 100 pounds, and you are taking him on head on. Okay. The reason why you're lined up in a three tech is so that you can take on half man. You're never going to win this going, you're straight up here. Okay. The second problem here, Des, is your run fit is this B gap. Okay. And you go into the A gap. Okay. You have to try and fight into that B gap as much as you can. All right. This is a really good read here, Nate. Really good read. Nice way to come over and vice the tackle. Okay, so a couple of things here for our smaller defensive linemen. If you ever get pushed back like this, okay, see how you're getting pushed back. You need to drop down and cut this offensive lineman. Just cut him. Create a big pile right here. Okay. All right. So that was probably a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. We're not aligned correctly. We did not do a good job at the D tackle position, but the Mike, Beckham, Nate, and Kano, you guys did a good job there. Okay. Okay. So it looks here like we have the tackle is to, or excuse me, the back is to the left. And then we have a tight end to the left. And I don't see what's going on out here. Okay, I can just tell you right here, guys. We always want to bump the line to to the tight end. So even if so, right now we're in rip. I know we're in rip because Bo's here on the left. Okay, but we always want to bump the tight end. So this would be, so it looks to me like we have two split wide receivers. So this is a halfway correct call. Okay. So we should be in rip, 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 but we should be rip bump here. Okay. So we want to bump to the tight end. That would put, we're in a sixer here. We're in a three tech here. We're in a 2I here. And then we're in a five here. Okay. Yeah. So let's just see how this plays out. Looks like we're in hammer because I see Brantley creeping up. Okay, nice tackle, Max. Okay, so right here, Bo. CJ's coming into the C gap. Okay, so you're a D gap player. So right here, okay, you got to run. You got to run read here. Okay, so you should just be moving up right here, but instead you shuffle inside. Okay, that's your first mistake. And now you're running like a kind of like this banana angle. Okay. And this running back's really fast. He's able to get out. This is really nice to pursue. And then Max is able to come off and make a good tackle. Okay. All right. So, Bo, if we can just get a better run pass read, boom, you know it's run here. And then just come straight into the gap. Okay. That's what we want to do the next time. All right. Okay. Real quick. Let me take a look at something here. Um, just want to make sure. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So let's go to the next play. Okay, so we're 2 by 2 in base. Um, we should be mixing off of these two. Bo, since um, we're in a pistol set in the back, right? Bo, you are in the curl until the back threatens the flat, and then you want to move to the back. Same with you, Beckham. Okay, you're in the curl until the back threatens the back. The back threatens the flat. Um, when we're in this and we're in the middle of the field, whether we are in rip Liz, it doesn't matter. Okay. But we have our 2I tech here. So we should be in a heavy call and we should be in a heavy boss call here. Okay. Um, Anytime we have this split right here, remember, we can treat this as a tight end and we can call hammer. Okay. Lock hammer. All right. See what happens. Okay, so let's look at the left side. Okay, so we're reading two. Two is vertical. Okay, so Brantley, you are now on two, and Max, you're now on one, and that is correct. Okay, that is a really good job. Good job. Okay, let's take a look at you, Bo. Okay, this is actually you're in pretty good position, Bo, and now your eyes are wrong. Okay, um, so Bo, good, 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 wrong. Okay. Your eyes are going inside. You don't want your eyes to go inside. You want your eyes to go to the quarterback and then this flat threat. Okay. So now you're really wrong because now you're running the wrong way. Okay. See this man? That's eventually yours. All right. So you see how you're all mixed up here? Okay. So what you should have done, I'm just going to go ahead and put my cursor. You're here. Good, good, good. Stop here. Get your eyes. You get an out call from Nate, and then you just come under this route. Okay. Let's go to the other side. I think I remember you guys calling mix. So let's take a look. Okay. So two is immediately under. That's great. So I think Chuck, you're out here. You're locked on the one. You have to mirror to clear. Okay, so Lucas, you're out of the frame. You should be like somewhere over here, mirroring to clear. And then after okay, he's now not coming vertical. Now you can start to get your eyes on the quarterback. Okay. Beckham. Okay, Beckham. Remember, you are in the curl of two, or you're in the curl until the back threatens the flat. Okay, so this is all wrong. Okay, this is not okay. Okay, you don't care if that guy goes under. He's running right to Nate. Just let him run there. Okay, that's good. You make an in and in call. Now you have to get your attention to this guy. Okay, so you've already kind of moved a little bit too far, and you got to start going. I mean, there is so much space. If they throw the ball out here, he's gonna cook. Okay, so Beckham, this is like a pretty good job, but you see this right here, this wasted movement inside. You don't have to do that because especially this is called fast out. So as the star, you always have to be aware of a fast out of the back. Okay, so just go here, in and in and in, and start working your way to the back. Okay, all right. Let's see if we can take a look at the D line. If we can, let's start with CJ. Okay, we get a nice pass read here. That's a nice move, CJ, and CJ actually gets the sack. A little beast mode action there. Okay, let's take a look at I don't think we can see the rest of the line, but it's a nice little swipe, Kanoa. Good. You probably could have flipped your hips better, but that's okay. Okay, where's our 2-eye? Our 2-eye is here. So our 2-eye should have been going boss here. Okay, I don't know. Is that Truman? Truman, you should be working back around here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, really nice job, CJ. Real proud of you there, buddy. Okay, so we messed up the boss call. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, trips. So remember, how we choose to handle trips here is what I call box. I can't remember if that's what we call it at the high school. I'm losing my mind a little bit. Okay, let me pull up the okay, trips bunch. Okay, trips bunch. If it's strong, we're gold on the backside. Remember, we have to make a heavy call with the mic, and then the end and the nose make a boss call. Right, we're bumped. Okay, because it's trips, and we have a push alert. Okay, box. This point player, who should be the star, you are going to punch this first player, and then you are just a flat player at that point. Okay. So you're going to punch, and we almost treat this like cloud. And then if someone stays in the flat, that's your man, but you're most likely going to sink and stay under the routes. Corner, you have first outside, whoever that is. The field safety, you have first inside route. And of course, Mike, you're a wall three, unless we get a push. And then the whip, you're the wall three. Okay. So let's see what we get here. Okay. Let's pick on you, Max, because this is obvious. Okay. Okay. We have one outside route, Max. Okay. I can't tell where your eyes are, but you should be backpedaling here. Yeah, you should be backpedaling. Okay. So we should be pedaling, pedaling, pedaling. Nothing. No, we have to play over the top on everything. Okay. Bo, you should be. All right. So we should be in. Liz bump here. Bo, you need to be right on this number one and punch him. Really disrupt that and then stay in the flat. Okay, so boom, if we can get a punch on that one, disrupt the timing of that route. Okay, Brantley, you're looking for that first vertical inside route, and you do a really good job. I can see you going right there. Okay, um, and then right here, this is just Brantley's. So let's talk about this, right? So if you stay in the flat like you're supposed to, so remember, we're cloud on the backside, okay, because the back is away. So we're cloud, okay? So we're not in a push alert. So that's why if you stay in the flat, okay, now you can just work to this back who's in the flat. They could have taken a shot here, but they could have very easily just have thrown it to this guy. Okay. Um, and then let's work off of you, Nate. Okay. Remember, there's, oh, okay, there it is. Okay. So let's let the play. Okay. Right here, Nate, this is the guy you want. Okay. That first inside route. So you just want to wall him. Okay. So you just want to collision him. If he's going to run through, that's okay. Pass him off to the star, but you want to wall him. Okay. Yeah. And then you want to get your eyes up and start looking for something over here. Okay. So you'll notice, guys, that we were in cloud because it was trips week. Okay. But look, they go play action fake, and then they move the back out there. Right. Now that's okay because we should have someone in the flat there. And then you're just as the mic, you have that first inside route. Okay, so that's what box is, right? Box when the trip's away is point flat. The the safety has first vertical inside route. Corner has first vertical outside route, and then um, Nate, you have the first inside route that's under. Okay, you're just a wall three player there. Okay, let's look on the backside here. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, nothing really. We can't really see. Okay, let's look at our D lineman. All right, we have looks like a two eye, a five, so the three's on this side. So let's take a look at CJ. CJ, that's a pretty good move. I like that. Okay, I like your effort. Let's take a look at Truman. Truman, you're supposed to be looping here. You're going the wrong way, buddy. Okay, you are going the wrong way. You should be coming out here. Now it looks to me, guys, like we didn't properly execute that heavy call, so that's why we're doing that. Okay, right here. Okay, so Dez, you're going to get a clear pass read. Okay, don't try to go head up with someone who weighs 100 pounds more than you. Use your speed. See, you're still attacking full man. You need to attack half man. Okay, and just go, just dip and rip and go around them. Okay, Kainoa, Coach Casey's in the way. Can't really see it here. Yeah, that's a pretty weak move, Kainoa. You're just getting boxed out there. You got so Kainoa, look, you're here. 1, 2. His hips are wide open, right? So you need to go from speed to power here and just run through him. Okay, let's take a look here. Um, this looks like 2 by 2 with this looks like 2 by 2 here. Okay, so our rules here um, for when it's so we have the passing strength to the left, so we should be in Liz. Okay, but we should bump the line to the right because that's where the tight end is. Okay. So on the backside, we're in lock hammer or just hammer, right? So the corner, you're locked. Okay. Safety, you're in hammer. So you have two up and out. And on the backside, we're just mixing. Okay. We're mixing off the two. So we're not aligned correctly on the front. So let's see how this works. Yeah, that's why we want to do that, right? So, um, We should be in a sixer here. We should be in a three tech here. Okay. And then um, we'd be in a two I and a five here. Um, I'm trying to think on this backside, we would be in a heavy boss call. Okay. So here, what it should be is a three tech should have this B gap. Kainoa, you're in a sixer tech, so you get knocked back and go into the C. And then Bo, you're filling the D gap. Okay. So we get a clear um, pass read here, or excuse me, we have a clear run read here. So Lucas, you can just start getting into the alley. Okay, you can just start going forward. Okay, you can be more aggressive there. Bo, your footwork's all wrong, your eyes are all wrong. Okay, you're a D gap player, so you keep wanting to do this. You go inside, that's not your gap. Okay, Bo, if you would have just come this way, right here, we would have had like a tackle at the line of scrimmage or for loss. Okay, so Bo, you have to know your gap because that's where you run to, right? You got to stop going inside, taking your steps. Okay, your steps have got to go towards your gap. Kainoa has taken on a double team here, pretty ineffectively. Kainoa, come on, buddy. Okay, you got to come in here and get the hip. Yeah, you're getting bodied a little bit. Okay, and then Lucas, once you get, because you're in hammer, so your eyes are here. So when he goes to block down, you can just start coming up, right, getting into the alley, and see ball, get ball, and right here, I guess I don't know, maybe don't miss him next time. It's a good thing Brantley's on this team. Okay, nice tackle, Brantley. Good work. All right, really good job here with our corner. That's UMax of forcing him back in. That's what that should look like. The only thing, Max, is get rid of this guy, or I'm sorry, Chuck. Really great job. You're a better athlete than this kid, Chuck. So shed him and go make the tackle. Okay. Okay. We're not going to talk about offense. Just want to go to defense. Okay. Um, looks like let's just watch it and then we'll talk about it. Oh, we do have it. Okay, good. Okay, so again, we're in 21 personnel. Looks like we have a guy out here and a guy out here and a tight end. Okay, so we're correctly in RIP. I like that. We have a five, a two I, Veely's in the three, and then we're in the five. Okay, so great job, great job. That's correct. Um, we should be in a sixer technique. Beckham, you have the D gap. We should have a boss call here with a heavy call. All right, let's see how this plays out. Kainoa correctly goes into his gap. Okay, so let's start up front because we have a good pick here. Okay, let's start left to right. So Kainoa, you have a heavy call, so you're just coming into the C gap. Good. Okay, let's see. Gideon. Okay, Gideon, we need better double team technique here. Okay, you really gotta see how you're taking this guy on again. We're obsessed with this, guys. You're taking a guy who is bigger than me full on. I'm never gonna understand that, guys. Attack him half man. This guy is coming down immediately. Okay. So what have we always said in the double team? Okay. You can give him the hip right here. Okay. And then when you start to get pushed back, just cut him. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at Veely. Veely, that's the wrong gap. Okay. You're lined up in a three tech because you're a B gap player. You cannot jump into the A gap. That is not good, buddy. Okay. It was a nice move and a nice tackle, but you have to stay in this B gap. Okay. Let's take a look at CJ. CJ's been having a really good game. Yeah, CJ, you want to get knocked back and fold in, and that's what you're doing, and that's great. Okay. Good job. Okay. So let's take a look at Beckham. Okay, Beckham. This is a pretty good job, Beckham. Remember, you're a D gap player. Okay. And it looks like you're just trying to read the play. Remember, you can always just come down. Nate does a really good job of finding the tackler. I like that. Let's see Bo on the backside. Good, Bo. That's a really good read, Bo. Okay, so remember over here, we're in lock hammer because there's only one wide receiver, so we're lock hammer. We're just looking for the number two to come out. Hammer, you're looking for this number two. We're lock. That just means you're man to man. Let's take a look at Lucas here. Okay, Lucas, I don't know what you're waiting for. This is clearly a run. Okay, this is your man, right? That's your man. So just go get him. Look, he's pass blocking. Get into this run fit. Get in there, right? Okay, so you got to trigger a lot faster. Your key is here, right here. Boom, you're gone. You got to go. You got to get up in there. Okay. Um, all right, so we're back to. It's hard to tell. Oh yeah, it is 2x2, so we should be in mix. Okay, looks like we're in a rip call, and that's great. We're in pistol formation. Okay, so we're mix here. We're mix here. The whip and the star. You guys are in the curl until the running back threatens the flat. Okay, so we should have a heavy call here with a boss, 3 tech, 5 tech. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look and see what happens. All right, here we go. Bradley, great job. Okay, let's start on the back end. We're in mix. Okay, so we're looking at this number two. Okay, we're getting a little bit of weirdness here, right? We're getting a little bit of weirdness. Okay, you guys decide to switch it. Okay, so you guys just need to communicate better. I think Brantley is correct here, personally. I think Brantley is correct. He is vertical here. He isn't out. So right here, Max, you should be man to man on number 11, and Brantley is man to man here. So you should be taking him. Okay. Brantley gets his eyes up. He realizes the switch, makes a really good play. Okay. So a couple of things. If they're going to cross this late and you want to switch it, I see no communication here. Okay. So we just got to communicate. Like I said, Brantley is correct based on our rules. Okay. Because he is vertical now. So our assignments are corner on the one, safety on the two. Okay. All right. Let's go to the other side. Okay. We're going to get an under. Okay. That's really good. Okay. Okay. That's great. So under, in and in. Good job, Beckham. Good communication, in and in. Right. And now the flow is this way. So we're good. Okay. Okay. A couple of things I want to talk about. Actually, let's just see on the back end. So on the back end, Bronx, I think that's you. You're just man to man on this corner. And then remember, Lucas, you have to mirror to clear this. So you're bailing like way too early. You need to be like right here. Okay. Making sure he doesn't go vertical. And then you can get your eyes on the quarterback and look for work. Okay. Okay. Right here, we should see this going into the B gap, and then we should see Gideon initially penetrating this A gap and then looping. So let's see. This is a boss call. Okay. So look, Gideon, if you would have just done your assignment, if you would have done your boss here, you would have had a sack. Because watch, you should be here. You should be looping right now. And guess where that quarterback ends up? Right there. Okay. You see that? That's easy money for you. Okay. Easy money because, okay, let's look on the back end. Vili, you got to stop going into that B gaps. Okay. You're a C or in the A gap. If you're a B gap player, be a B gap player. Rush that. Okay. CJ, this guy locks you up a little bit. That's okay. I think you initially got to run up run read, and we can talk about how to handle that. Okay, last person is Bo. So Bo, you're here. This is all good. You're getting fast flow. Okay, so you need to start working. You need to start working down. Okay, yeah, that's better. So everything was just a little late, Bo, but you got there. So that's great. That's great. It's a good job. Okay, let's come over here. 2 by 2. Okay, we're in mix again. So let's see it. Good job, CJ. Okay, let's talk about our bus. Okay, remember, we're a boss call here. We should be looping over. Oh, you know what? We're in trips. Yeah, we're in no. Oh, I'm sorry, they're in empty. Okay, so um we are lock mix to the right, and then we're just mix out here to the left. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. So let's just take a look. See this? That's correct. Okay, he is vertical. Okay, so we know that the safety. Um, Brantley, you're taking this number 2, and then Max, you know that that number 1 is yours. Okay. All right. Let's see, Bo. Okay, so we'll talk about in a second here. Um, Actually, let's go to this corner. So we're lock mix over here, guys. So I don't know who this is. I think that's Bronx, maybe. See, when your guy goes in, that's you. You got to go get him. Okay, you got to go. Okay, don't worry about these routes. You do your job. Okay, that's your job. So I want you just to be closer to him. Okay, because remember, you're lock. Okay, with that being said, if that ever happens, okay, um, and I know this is asking a lot, Nate, but you want to treat that as a push alert and fire over and then have Bo replace you. But okay, so we should be mixing. So Beckham, we should be mixing, right? Okay, these guys are vertical. Okay, so Lucas, you're man to man here. Beckham, you're man to man on that number 2. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's pretty good coverage. That's how we do it. Okay, so we're lock mix over here, and then we're mix over here. All right. Let's look at Kainoa. Kainoa, that's a good move. Yeah, that's a good move, Kainoa. Nice swipe. Okay, let's look at. Looks like we. Oh yeah, it's because we should have been trips. We should have been rip bump here. That's why I'm thinking that. So we should be in a 3 tech here. Okay, let's look at Gideon. Okay, let's take a look at Veely. Veely, you got to stop doing that, man. I mean, if you're in a 3 tech, you got to stay in that B gap. You're running right into the center. Put a move on him here, and then CJ is just making it happen out here. CJ just went beast mode and did it all himself. So congrats to CJ. Okay. Um, all right. Let's see. One. Uh, is that a tackle there? Let's just play it because I can't see. Yeah. So there's a tackle. So this is basically like trips, right? We have a tight end, a sniffer, and then a single wide receiver out here, which means we have a single wide receiver out here. So we should be cloud because the running back is away, and then we should be in rip bump here. Okay, so we are completely out of position here. Okay, so we should have a 5 tech, a 3 tech. Bo, you should be here. We should have our 2 I tech with a 5, and then the mic should be like you're in actually a really good position, Nate. This is good position for the star, and then we would most likely want to be, um, in a heavy technique right here with a boss call. Let's see how this plays out. Yeah. Okay. So let's just diagnose it as it is. Okay. And remember, we have, um, so we can play this a couple of ways. Um, Maybe we'll have to talk about that in practice. We'll just talk about that in practice. Okay. Let's just diagnose the play. Okay. He's going to cut it back. All right. There. Okay. So let's start from left to right. So, Dez, you're coming up. You're a C gap player. Um, Des, pretty good job. What I would like to see is right here. Uh, you're almost like putting on a pass rush move. I would rather you, number one, again, attack half man. Number two, go 2-1 here, right? And just set the edge. That's what you should be doing. Going 2-1 and just setting the edge. He's pushing you a little bit, but I don't think you're like committed to setting the edge here. I think if you commit to set the edge and not doing whatever this is, you would have had an easier time. Okay. But you do a really good job because it forces him to get pushed back or he gets pushed back here. So excellent job. Okay. I just think your technique can be cleaner. It probably has something to do with your read. Okay. Gideon, you're in the 2-eye. Bo, that puts you right here in this B gap. Okay. So let's take a look at Gideon. Gideon's going against a grown man, and he holds his own. He holds his own. That's pretty good, Gideon. That's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, Bo. Right. Boom. Okay. You're going backwards. Okay. You're going backwards. You should be going forward. Okay. So this is your gap here. As soon as you get a run read. We know it's run. Okay. They're pulling. You should be flying into this gap. Nate is should be overlapping you. Okay. So it's here. And now we come in and you run by the ball carrier. Okay. So if you're going to be late, you got to at least make the tackle there. Um, Nate, okay, your key is going to pull, right? So you're going to get a pull. So you're correct. So this is GY counter. Okay. And look, you're staying inside. You're staying inside right here. Just trust your guys. Dez is doing a good job. Bo is late, but he's coming to the party. So you just got to stay inside out here because this is where the ball's going to pop. If the ball comes here, you make the tackle. If the ball comes here, Bo makes the tackle. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see on the back end. This is Isaac, it looks like. Okay, Isaac, you're pass rushing. Okay. That's not what we want to do. The last thing we want to do when your guy pulls is we want to cross this guy's face, get into the other A gap. So right here, boom, we want to cross. Okay. So our guy goes. Okay, so right here, you see you're not going to beat him through. You got to start working back over. Okay. That's a tough one. All right. That's why you take that read step. So you see how he's gone? You need to stop going forward. You need to start going this way right now. Okay. Okay. Brantley, let's see. We're in cloud here. Okay. So yeah, see ball, get ball. Brantley and Lucas with a tackle. Nice job, guys. Okay. Let's take a look. What is this? 2x2 with the back to the left. So we should be in. Hey, we're aligned correctly. We're in Liz. Okay. 2 eyes. So we should have a boss call here with a heavy call. I don't see Bo. It's probably behind this mountain of a man right here. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is a fiasco. Okay, let's just start here. Okay. Okay, so when he comes out here, what is that, right? Now we're just in trips. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so how we would handle this normally, right? Is remember um, the star is in the curl of two. until the running back is threatening the flat. Okay. Well, guess what? The running back is threatening the flat right now. So that's the star's man. So Beckham, you're going backwards here. You need to be going forward. Okay. So right here, we get fast out. You should be working over, and that's your man. Okay. That's you right there. Right. Okay. Now it turns into a fiasco. And you can see what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to run a wheel concept here. Okay. Now, if we look at our rules, Lucas, we're still mixing off a two. Okay. So two goes under, you're just mirroring the clear. That's all you're doing. Okay. All right. So the question is who would take this back who's trying to go vertical? It could be one of three players, right? It's technically, your man right here, Beckham. So you would have to run with him, right? Because that's the flat player. Now, what's probably going to happen is they're going to see this underneath, and then Max is just going to peel off. Okay. But let's not assume that, right? We can cover this stuff. We want to make sure we cover that. Okay. Okay. Let's look to the backside here. Okay. Number two is going to run a bubble, which means the corner, you should take the two, the safety, you should work to the one. Okay. So this wasn't bad, guys. It just wasn't good. Okay. Nate, this is correct. You're out here, Nate, and now you're just a wall three player right here, right? So yeah, this is correct. You're getting an under call here, so you're just under. Yeah, see Beckham, you're like all over the place. You start here, you run there. Just do your job. Okay. I know we're like really confused here, and that's okay. Okay, another way, yeah, another way to think about this. No, no. Let's just say, okay, so Beckham, remember, you are you take the running back when he threatens the flat, and then you just keep him forever. So that's how we're going to handle that. To the corners, okay. If your man goes under and you see that wheel, yeah, you go ahead and you go help. Okay, you cover that deep route. You too, Lucas. Okay, you're mirroring the clear here. This is correct. We're but now that he's not vertical, right? Now you can just get your eyes on the quarterback trying to make a play. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, we have this trips alignment again. Okay. Okay, so we should be boxed. So Beckham, you should be here. You punch and you stay in the flat. Lucas, you have first inside vertical route, first outside vertical route, and then you're a wall three player here, and we're cloud to the backside because this the backs to the back. So let's see how this works. Okay, so this is really fun for a lot of reasons. Um, Foremost, because the back, um, he actually runs a route coming out, and then they're going to drag this all the way across. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this. Okay. Let's focus on this side first. Beckham, you should be punching number one. Okay. If you can get a punch here, that solves a lot of problems. Okay. Our first inside vertical route is actually number 88, it looks like to me. Yeah, he's vertical. Okay. So that's our first vertical route. Okay. This back is in the flat, which we don't really care about because that's where Beckham should be. So, Beckham, you should punch, boom, and then you stay in the flat. Okay. The only person that's unaccounted for is right here. And we're okay with that because that's where the mic should be sitting. Okay. You see that? See how he's the intermediate route? So our corner is just out here all alone, you know, doing nothing. Okay. On this backside, this is Chuck. This is on you, and um, this is on Bo. Okay, so Bo, remember you're trying to create a triangle with Chuck. Okay, so we're in cloud. Chuck, you're a flat player. Okay, so what should happen here is let's focus on your side. You should, I don't see you rerouting this guy. Okay. Okay, now that he's running a slant, you, Chuck, it's cloud. You should be right here, right? That's where you should be. So this should be a pick. This should be a pick six. He should run right into you right here, and you just pick that. That's where you should be. Okay. You need to be communicating to Bo. Okay, Bo, you're more concerned with this side than you are that side, right? So Bo, you're gonna get an in and in here. So you should actually carry that across, right? But your eyes are in the wrong spot because your eyes got to peak to one. Okay. In cloud, yeah, you're in good position here. This is really good position, Brantley. So Bo should be right here, somewhere right here. And then Chuck, you should be right here. Guys, we can't have breakdowns like this. Okay. So this is on you, Bo and Chuck. Chuck, we practice cloud for a reason. Okay. It looks to me like you're in gold here, but we're not in gold, we're in cloud. Okay, let's come here. We're going to get this trips bump, which with looks like a sniffer. So we're in trips, or say they start in quads. Okay, and how do we handle quads? We handle quads just like we handle um, really anything else. So someone should be up on the point, right? The mic should be sitting here. You have first inside route. Brantley, you have first vertical inside route. Lucas, you should be over here. You have first vertical route up. And then Max, you should be out here. You have first outside vertical route. Okay. Beckham, you would stay in the flat. Okay. And then out here, we're just man to man on the corner. Okay. So now they're coming out here. And this, I mean, you guys aren't talking, which is a problem, right? But this should just be hammer now. Now we're just in hammer. So you have that guy and you have this guy. Okay. But again, problem is we're not talking. Okay. You can even cloud this if you want to. You guys just got to talk. Okay. So let's see how it develops. Okay. So we need to pick a ball that goes in the air like this. Okay. So a couple of things, Max. Max, you're on the wrong man. You should be out here. Okay. Um, in this coverage, guys, we should always be behind the receiver. So Max, you should be right here, and Lucas, you should be here. And then when the ball comes down, you should just catch it. You shouldn't even have to jump. Just catch it. Okay, so we're completely out of position here. This is correct, Nate. Okay, you were going to wall him. And then Beckham, this is correct because you're staying in the flat and he's just, see how easy that is when you do your job. Okay, let's see what we're doing on the back end. Yeah, this looks correct to me too. Okay. Um, hey, Bo, you're getting too deep here. Okay, you're like at safety depth, right? So you should be working off of this guy right here. So you should be under this route here. You should be working this way to the two and the one. Okay. I think this is getting pretty long, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off. Couple of things, guys. Always, it's called capping, CAP, like cap the wide receiver. Okay, so like safeties, if the ball goes in the air when we're in our base defense, it needs to be a pick, honestly, because we're man to man and we have the advantage of seeing the ball first because we're deeper. Okay, let's go over one more. Looks like we're in mix. No, it's got to be trips because we're bumped. Okay, so we're not aligned correctly. This should be trips bump. Okay, and we should be cloud to the backside. So let's look at the backside first. Okay, again, I can already tell this is wrong, Chuck. We've drilled this so many times. You never turn your back and cloud. Okay, you never turn your back. You reroute to the inside. You get your butt. You get your eyes on the quarterback, and you just wait for the running back to come out. Okay, this is correct here. Okay, so So what we should see here, right, is Chuck, you're in the flat. As he releases, Brantley, you're deep half, so you take him. And then this is correct here, Bo. He comes this way. That's your man, Bo. You need to go get him. Okay. Now let's go to this backside. It's trips, it looks like. Okay. So we have a one. So we're in lock mix. So we're mixing off here. Okay. So now we're in quick game, right? So our star, where's our star at? Yeah, you're in the frame. Yeah, you just need to be closer to that. Okay. And then let's see on the backside, we're going to throw. Okay. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about here. This guy should never be behind you, Max. Okay. The reason why is you have like a head start. You're like 6 yards off of him here and you're locked. So just cap him. Just don't let him run by you. Okay. All right. Let's take a look here. Oh, I think I mentioned on the last one. Let's just go back to it. Again, we're not aligned correctly, guys. It's trips bump. Two eye tech here, five tech here, heavy call boss. Okay. Three tech here, five tech here. Okay. Truman is you're not in a two eye, Truman. You're in a one. You need to be in a two eye. And so it starts with the D line, guys. Bo, you're supposed to be clear over here. Oh, you know what? No, you can cheat a little bit. You're right because we're in cloud on that side. You can cheat a little bit there. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. All right, let's see. Let me see real quick how many more we have. All right. I think that's good enough for one day, guys. Okay. We just got to learn it. It's base. Base is going to be like the majority of what we do. So we got to figure it out.